Hi everyone, kind of testing out a live stream question and answer today, so please forgive me if it doesn't work properly right off. So I'm just using my iPhone in the store here where I normally film, but thought this would be a perfect opportunity to get some questions and answers from you. That way we can get to a wider audience. So hello to everybody. I see some people starting to pop up on the side there. A little different than what I'm normally used to doing. I'm used to editing software, so when I mess up all the time, I can cut that portion of it out. So I see a lot of you popping up on the side there. Hi, all you guys. Throw some questions out. Be more than happy to try to answer as many as I can from you. One question I get a lot is the airbrush, which I see starting to pop up too. I use an Iwata HPCS airbrush set at about 22 pounds of pressure. So I get that question quite often on there. Let's see. How long have I been making models? I've been making models, well, since I was a little child actually, so quite a while ago. Got back into it about 20 years ago. I had a hobby store in San Diego that I opened up and ran that for a while, and then the cost of living just went so crazy in San Diego and decided to move over here to Phoenix. And I've had this store right here for 14 years now, or close to 14 years. Let's see, do you like trains? Yes, I do like trains. I used to build train sets with my sons all the time when they were younger. Haven't had a chance lately. It's kind of a garage thing, and it's pretty hot here late. It's still going to be about 97 degrees here. It's October, and we're still really hot in Phoenix. So, what time is it there? It is 12:15 in the afternoon. Yeah, let's see. Hello from Spain. I see you guys there. I do like planes. I love planes. I can't stand painting canopies though. I have a tough time, and I only want to put stuff out to you guys, and I'm learning. I'm learning as you guys do. I used to do planes a long time ago. Some of them came out okay, but we'll be doing more planes too. Also, we'll be adding a lot of other stuff too. In fact, I talked to Mia just a couple of days ago. We'll be getting out a sample of the new BF109 G6. They'll be sending out some prototypes of that, as well as their new Ducati motorcycle. So I'm excited to build that one as well. Be a little bit different, but I figure it's like building a car with a few less wheels on it. So, hi from England. How you doing there? Let's see. I'm gonna go up here a little bit just so I can. So many questions coming up there. Here's some gentleman there saying he's coming down for Christmas. That's great. That's something I'd like to thank you guys too. I get a lot of people, usually 2 or 3 a day now, that are visiting this tiny little store just to come over, and when you get over to Phoenix to see the store and everything that's going on in here. I really appreciate you guys coming out for that. Let's see, my favorite tank. My favorite tank to build is probably the King Tiger. I've liked building that one, and I've done like 3 or 4 of them now on the channel, and done many more in the past. And I like building most of the tanks, honestly, but King Tiger's got some cool camouflage schemes. Always fun to do. Hi to Germany. I see you guys right over there. Also, too, a little kind of notes for going forward. Been also talking to the people that distribute Trumpeter. We're hopefully, it's going to be out this year, is the Trumpeter 16th scale Panther. And that one's going to be a Panther G, that's right. Panther G in 16 scale with a full interior. So I plan on making some videos on that. Also, TACOM. Hopefully TACOM will have out their Panther A with full interior. That's another one that I plan on doing series, similar to like we did with the King Tiger video. So this is really cool. I didn't know how this was going to work, and I was kind of messing around with it for a while there to see if we could get anyone to pop on here. It's actually a cool thing. What keeps me motivated doing models so much? Well, honestly, when you're around it this much, I've always enjoyed it. And when it gets a little bit overdone, I usually take a couple of days off, and that's what I've been doing right now. I actually have nothing started right now. It's a real slow time of year for new releases. So, but hopefully a bunch of new stuff will be coming in. But I love building models, so that's what keeps me motivated. And also having so many customers come in here, all model related, and on Saturday afternoons where you see me doing all my model builds, my friends all come here on Saturday and they build models, as I was telling you with the T80 that we did. So they kind of inspire me too. A lot of times I'll see them bringing something like, oh, that's sorry about bouncing the table about seeing them do some of the model kits, and it's like sci-fi or cars, anything like that. That's what gets me excited about doing it. And seeing miniatures in general really gets me excited. So let's see, what other questions? Vallejo or AK? Honestly, I haven't got a chance to try any of the AK stuff out. I've used a lot of Vallejo products. You know I like them. Tamiya has some great products too. Let's see. More ships, Andy? Yes, I am going to do more ships. I need to take a couple weeks off on a breather right now, but I have some plans possibly to do the Trumpeter 350th scale Prince Eugen. I really love that ship, and yes, I have gotten a new microphone too. For the voiceovers, I just bought a Snowball. Hopefully I can get it to link up and match up with the camera, because there's no way, unfortunately, to hook that to my iPhone, but I do have a new lapel mic that I'm also going to be trying out too. I do listen to your guys' comments. So let's see, what about the Tiger Track? Well, it's still sitting down here underneath the table, so don't bring it out too often just because it's so heavy and in the way. Figures, I see a guy asking me about figures. I love to do figures, and I've been talking to some really good modelers in the Phoenix area that are going to help me learn to do a little better job. I can do a mediocre job, I think, so I don't want to put anything out there that looks like that. I want to get some more training on that, and we'll do some figures down the road. Also, doing sometimes figures takes as long as doing the tanks, so that's why you don't see too many of them from me. Cars, yes, Tamiya is talking with that about getting some new car kits out, and I might even just do some older stuff, like some Formula One. I was really big into Formula One a while ago, and Tamiya has just reissued some of their Ferraris from the early 2000s. Thinking about doing one of those as well. Mail order, yeah guys, I don't do mail order anymore. Between running the store and doing YouTube videos as much as I'd like, or getting phone calls like that right there, I don't really have time to do the mail order as much. And there's so many other places that you can order stuff online, and it just works out easier for me that way. Let's see, what compressor do you use? I actually just kind of have like a Mongrel brand compressor. It doesn't really even have a name. I've had it for 15 years. It's got like a 1 gallon tank on the bottom of it. I use that one right there. It's been a workhorse for me. It's real quiet, and because I do things. I'm gonna try to kind of turn the camera over here. Over in the corner over there, I've got a refrigerator, and if you notice up on top, that's where I keep my compressor. So that's kind of like my little paint studio. And I'm gonna kind of flip this around. And sorry about the light. You can see in the front of my store, I get a lot of natural light in the store here to do my videoing. So between that and the iPhone that I use, because I do use an iPhone 7 Plus to do all the recording, and I think it takes a pretty good picture. Tried out some other cameras in the past, and it was, iffy. And it's way easy. I just plug my phone in. I've got some editing software. I use Premiere Pro. It's another question I get all the time too. What kind of editing software? And my son is going to film school at ASU right now, so he helped me in the beginning, walk me through all those different things. So hopefully, when he gets to be big and famous, we can do some big movie collaborations together. That's the one key. I said, if he ever gets famous, his dad's got to have a scene at least in one movie. Giveaways, yes, I'm still trying to figure out the giveaways. There's a lot of legal stuff that has to go with the giveaways that I'm working through, and I've been talking to some of the big manufacturers and things like that they want to participate. We just got to get all that nailed down so we don't get in trouble with YouTube or any other type of things. Hi from Israel, I see you guys there too. Oh, thanks for the nice shop. So what other questions you guys got for me? Well, 72 airplanes, possibly. I'm looking into doing some 72nd scale armor. I've got some new kits coming in that look really nice, and they're weird subjects that you just don't normally see. So possibly you might do some 72nd scale airplane, preferably like a Tamiya kit, something easy that I'll be able to figure out right away. So let's see, what other questions here? 200 scale ships. That's funny that you bring that up about that. If you look up in the corner here, up there is a 200 scale USS Hornet that I have on there that I've been looking at for the last year and a half, wanting to build that. But I also just found out that Trumpeter is going to be doing some more 200 scale ships, possibly the Enterprise, and I'd love to do a 200 scale Enterprise. Don't know where I'm going to put it once I'm done, because those ships are about 5 feet long, but I think that would just be so cool to do the big scale airplanes on it. Let's see, what other do we have here? Thanks from greetings from Vietnam and from Germany. Thanks guys for watching. Tour of the store. Well, okay, I'm going to try that one time here with this, and forgive me if it bounces too much. I'm going to kind of walk you guys around here. As you can see over in here, we've got all my reference material. This is all the stuff from my books. And this is my discount rack over in the front here. What I do is I buy model kits all the time that are from guys who have big collections, and we're constantly, bringing stuff in and blow it out at good prices for everybody. We've got paint everywhere in here. Some accessories. This rotates quite often. Like right now, I've got quite a bit of the RB barrels in stock. That's the wall of armor down in this way, followed up by airplanes. More tools over on this side. Big wall of paint over here and all the accessories, things like that. Ships are in the back and cars are over on this side. And yes, it's a tiny little store, but I just deal nothing but plastic models. So I'm probably the most well-stocked store on at least in Arizona and probably on the West Coast, just because that's pile it up to the ceiling. So. Any other questions you guys have there? Do you still have the first kit you ever made? Yes and no. I don't have the original that I made. I have the box art. I kind of save for nostalgia. It was an old Revell kit from 1974, and it probably built it in 74, 75 when it was new, because I was only like 5 years old at the time, and it was a Black Widow. And the kit is long gone for that, but I've got one in a collection with the original box art on it, and it was just really cool to hold on to it. The kit is very, very old, and I remember it with my uncle just spraying the whole thing with black spray paint, putting thumbprints in the side, getting glue strings all over the place. But as a kid, I was just having a blast, and flying it all over my grandmother's house and things like that. But so I do have the original box art, not the original kit anymore. Let's see, any other questions? Do I play World of Tanks? I actually have tried to a few times. My biggest thing is trying to do it here in the store, and between filming and then normally I have customers coming in and out. Decided to do this live stream right now, which I'll do on a more on a regular basis. This time of day, it's like I said, it's a little after 12 right now, so it's like a lunchtime, just before lunchtime for a lot of my customers. So we won't. If I get interrupted, I might have to put the live stream off. Let's see, Italian vehicles or aircraft. Well, I did the Italian ship just recently. I have to wait, kind of see if there's anything else new that's really coming out on it. Let's see, what brown camo did I paint on the CV90? I'll have to look into that. If you want to send me a message on my the actual channel, I can look into that. I honestly don't remember. It's been a while now. Let's see. He loves the Italian ships. I appreciate that. I just sold that ship off to a customer too. He came in the other day and was really liking it, and he said, "Hey, can I buy that?" And honestly, I could use the room. As you can see, my display case. I'll move a little bit here. My display case is pretty full up with quite a few tanks in there. Best Panzer IV kit? Depends. If you're looking for an easy kit to build that turns out really nice, the Tamiya ones are pretty good. The most accurate and detailed ones are going to be the Dragon kits, but you're dealing with probably 3 or 4 times more of the parts too. So if you're into that, some people are, that's great. So you got a Matilda. Yeah, I built the Matilda 2 actually a couple times from Tamiya. And let's see, how much do the planes cost? I don't know which one you're talking about there. What do you do if you thin paint too much? I've done that a couple of times before I came up with my pattern of, filling the Tamiya bottles right to just below the top. Honestly, you can let the bottle open overnight and try this, and it actually worked a little bit for me, and let some of the thinner evaporate out of it. If not, you're gonna have to get another bottle and kind of add it back in. The big A16s Abrams for sale. That one we're just kind of keeping as a display, because that, even though it takes up a lot of room, we're just going to keep that there for a while. Let's see, are you willing to travel to Sonora, Mexico? I would love to, and I've gotten invited to a couple of other shows right now. My biggest problem is I'm here 6 days a week at the store. I don't have employees or anything. I'm a one-man show, so I'm here most of the time. As things progress, I might be able to get an employee that will help fill in on that, because I was already invited to show up at Squadron Show, which hopefully next year I'll be able to get to do. And then IPMS Nationals, guys. IPMS Nationals for the United States are coming to Phoenix next year in August. Now it's going to be hot here, but everything we have is air conditioned between cars, hotels, everything. So I expect to see a lot of you guys that are coming over to visit the show. I'm only about 20-25 minutes away from where the show venue is, and hopefully I'll be making a show myself over there. I want to go and see all the great work everyone's doing. So remember that about next August with the big IPMS Nationals. What will be the next video build? Hopefully, I will be getting one of the 109 G6s very soon. It was just a matter of when they had a prototype for it, so it'll be another airplane kit. And also the TACOM Merkava 1, the new kit that's coming out. I'm hoping to do one of those as well. And now that box art is out on that kit, I'm assuming that it's going to be coming really soon. And I'm also thinking about doing the new TACOM Grant. I just got those in a couple of weeks ago. Sold out of them, got them back in again, sold out of them, and now I have just a couple left. So I'm kind of waiting to see when I get big enough batch in, so I don't, stop a customer from getting them. Let's see, any other questions here? And yeah, more planes, definitely more planes. Pardon my finger right here. I'm just kind of scrolling back down to see some of the questions. What's the biggest project ever? The biggest project ever. About 12 years ago, I did a landing craft. It was completely scratch built. It was literally about 3.5 feet long. It was an LCT-6 that I built from scratch, and I did all the vehicles on side of it. Actually turned out pretty good. Unfortunately, the computer that I had the couple of pictures on it, I lost the computer, went dead, and I have no pictures of it anymore. But that was the biggest project. That was like a 5 or 6 month project between all the vehicles and the LCM. Plus I put it in a diorama base with the water, so that was probably my biggest one ever. Let's see. Huey Kits, Vietnam models, and that. 1/350th scale diorama. I would like to do that. I'm going to do some more experimenting with water, and because the Prince Eugen that I mentioned to you guys, I'd love to do a Prince Eugen in a water scene. And I like that kit too because it comes with a natural water line from Trumpeter, so we don't have to worry about cutting it. You just pull the bottom off and we can drop it right in. And Woodland Scenics has some new water that I've been kind of dying to try out, so see if I can pull that off. So let's see what other questions get a little. What decal setting solution you use? Well, I used to use Micro Set all the time and Microsol. Now I switched over to the Tamiya MarkFit Strong and absolutely love it. Does a much quicker job, usually 1 or 2 coats, and I can get anything to drop into any nook and cranny, anything on it. Civil War diorama, I would love to do something like that, but that's a lot of figures right there. One thing I absolutely love are those giant war dioramas. I've visited Antietam, and a couple summers ago I was in Boston and got to see that they have a giant one of a battle going on there, all in 72nd, maybe even a little smaller than 72nd. I spent like literally a half an hour just studying every little bit of it. I love that kind of stuff. Revell models, yes, some of the Revell models, I don't build many car kits from Revell, but Revell of Germany has a decent supply of stuff, and unfortunately they're here for such a short time. It's just hard to get a hold of for me. Let's see. Hello, I see you over there. A couple guys yelling hello to me. Do you think Build Me is a chance to bring all nations, the world in relationship? Yeah, I think it is. I'm glad someone brought that up about that. We have such a small group of modelers, as modelers, I should say. And my thing is with you guys, we should be supporting each other as best as we can. And I've noticed too many times you go on some chat boards and stuff like that, and so many people are just so quick to tear everybody else's stuff down. I am by no means saying I am a fabulous modeler, but I have fun with it, and that's the most important about it. And when people bring stuff in here, you don't have to be, spend 6 months or a year and be the top-notch modeler. This is about having fun, people, and it's so good that more and more of you are like spending the time and enjoying the hobby rather than just, I got to get this thing done for this contest. And that's why I don't do contests. I have no desire to do into the contest portion of it. I like looking at all the contest stuff, but doing something purposely for a contest seems like a lot of extra work and aggravation for me. So, let's see, what other questions we got here? I'm going to scroll through. Pardon my finger again. Let's see. Ever considered building a kit of the T-35? Actually, I did do one of those a while back now. And go up on it. I have someone in Poland there. And guys, I'm using my, like I was telling you earlier too, my iPhone. So forgive me. This is my first live stream, so I'm trying to get the hang of it right here, and trying to read the little comments that are popping up on there as well. So, best place to buy a 16 scale online, probably Squadron.com right now. From what I've seen, they've got some pretty good promotions going on for that. Hi to someone in Spain and Poland too, and yeah, guys, stop chatting so fast. I know it's just scrolling. It's getting harder and harder to read. Hi to Japan and Brazil. What other questions that I get all the time? I'm kind of brain lock right now. Have you got any Challenger 2 videos? It's funny you say that too. I just ordered, and hopefully they come in, some Challenger 2s. One of my distributors found a Tamiya Challenger 2, a couple of them. And if they do show up like they're supposed to, I'd like to do a video on that to go with my modern armor. Tamiya Gepard, haven't seen that kit for a long time now. Hi to another guy in Belgium and Germany. Let's see. Hi from Sweden, I'm sorry. Hopefully this is a decent enough video for you guys too. Hi to someone in Gibraltar and Spain, and build an M26 Persian. I think I might. I haven't done one of those in about 5 years, so it was way before YouTube, so yeah, I'm probably will. Hi to someone in Turkey there. Florida checking in. That is great news, and if any one of you guys are watching from Florida, I'm a big fan of the state, and I go there usually once a year to do the Disney World or the beaches and things like that. And I'd like to, if anyone has any information about the Central Florida area, I'd like to actually someday open a hobby store in Florida as well. Kind of close to the Disney World area. And that way, because there's so many people that visit that way, that would be another little attraction for people to come out and visit. Hi to someone in Yorkshire, England. So does anyone have any other questions that I could answer for you guys? The worst kit I ever built. Wow, that one I have to think about. Honestly, I stick to, in the last 10 years, model kits that are pretty much built, or made, I should say, within the last 5 to 10 years, of the time I'm actually making it, and I haven't had much problems. I mean, I have kits that have fit problems, and that's true with about 50% of the model company, but it's something that usually can work through. So, famous? No, I don't think I'm famous. And don't say that. My wife already thinks I have a big head as it is. So, she said there'll be no living with me if I do get famous. So. Do you have any big dioramas? I have done a couple of big dioramas. Those are the toughest things to try to store in here, because I have just a couple of display cases plus these tables, but I'm usually always using the tables to build. And right now I'm gonna flop this up, and you guys might not see it all the time, but this is the whole build area. You don't normally get the entire view. I'm trying to look at the thing. So I've got 2 6-foot tables back to back, and I do all the filming on that. And like if I'm doing a ship kit or any of the other big kits like that, or like the interior kits, I take up the entire space. I have it all over the place, and I have just enough room just to film for you guys, so it doesn't look like I'm a complete mess over here. Let's see. The Jagdpanther E100. No, I've heard that there's some other coming pretty soon. Haven't heard any date and time on it. Let's see. Hello to someone from upstate New York. Question about owning a hobby shop. It's just what you would think it would be. I absolutely have loved it. Like I was telling you, I had a store for about 9-10 years in San Diego, and this one for 14. So for the majority of my life, I've owned a hobby store, and If you get into a good neighborhood, you know, that word gets around on, and I discount almost all my model kits all the time, so be competitive with the online stuff, and I absolutely love it. Like I said, I'm here 6 days a week, but other than the 30-minute drive I make to and from work, I absolutely love being here. So the drive is a little wearing on it, but that's a minor thing on that. But no, it's great. I don't get tired of the model hobby. The majority of people that you deal with are great people to deal, and especially the guys that are, you know, truly wanting, you know, questions and answers, and that any way I can help people out like that, that's my favorite thing right there. And that's why that's another question someone keeps asking too, is starting up with YouTube. I actually started YouTube, it's just over 2 years now, for my local customers to begin with. There would be guys that would come in on a Saturday and they'd say, hey, how do you do this paint job? How do you do this stuff right here? And if it's slow in the afternoon, I could set up things and kind of give them you know, pointers and things like that. But on a Saturday afternoon when there's like 15, 20 people, I can't always show it up. So I said, hey, I'm going to make a quick little video. And if you go back to see that very first video, I almost wanted to pull it down, but everyone says, don't pull it down. That's a remembrance of what you started off as. And it was like kind of like just still shots. I hadn't been using my iPhone yet or anything like that, and it was just strictly to show locals how things are going, and then it kind of just snowballed after that. And actually, yeah, speaking of, hopefully we'll be hitting 60,000 subscribers sometime this week. I know I'm at 59 something right now. I think almost 60,000, so I really appreciate that. I appreciate all my subscribers and viewers, and it's great to see you tuning in on a regular basis. So let's see, I think I can answer just a couple other quick questions here before I have to sign off. The 90-degree tweezers. That's probably one of the biggest questions I should answer. The 90-degree tweezers are super, super valuable as a modeler. They're dirt cheap to buy. Squadron.com carries them. Highly, highly, highly recommend those, because that angle when you're trying to get something into place straight on sometimes just doesn't seem to work. That angle, especially for doing photo etch, it was super, super valuable on doing the railings on the model ships. Absolutely loved it. So, oh, I know, signing off. I'm sorry, guys. Speaking of that, I will be doing more and more of these live streams. I won't kill you with them, you know, doing too many of them, but I'll try to do a notification or set up a time in the near future, and I'll mention it maybe on my next video, that I'll say like Tuesday afternoon or Wednesday afternoon at a certain time, I'll start the live stream like that. Usually when I want to do it so I can plan it where I know it's going to usually be a slow time of day, so I can stay on here for a few minutes with you guys. So let's see. An Airfix kit. Yes, that's another question I can answer. I want to say the Walrus. I have a brand new Airfix kit coming to me that we'll be doing a review and hopefully a build on it as well too. Look for that in the next couple of weeks. So as soon as I get it in, I'll immediately start sharing it with you. And if you would like, please leave some comments down below if you'd like me to do a live stream like this and show you all the new stuff that comes out every week. Because there's tons and tons of models that come out that I don't always share with you guys, and then someone will ask me, well, I didn't even know that, you know, you have that stuff, you know, or that it's, where did that come from? So hopefully if you want me to see something like that, I also just see a comment up there about wing nuts. I still plan on doing the wing nut kit. I've got it put aside. I'm investigating right now some turnbuckles or some brass wire to do the rigging properly. The rigging that I have that I use on the ship I think is way too small and out of scale. So I don't want to do kind of a junky job on it that doesn't look right. So as soon as I've got some brass wire on order as well as some turnbuckles, I'm going to try some different things and see if we can get that working right. So, how much do your built and painted kits cost? Well, I sell them pretty inexpensively, mainly because of the room. I usually just charge basically what the kit costs new on the rack, just so I can move it out in here. There's a couple kits that I keep that I really, really like a lot, like this Abrams I'll be holding on to for a while and things like that. But just because of space constraints. And another question I ask, people say, how many models do you have at home? And if you can believe this, I do not have a single model kit at home. Not one single model kit. And that is because this is my man cave back here, guys. I'm here 6 days a week. I've got every type of paint, tool, supply, my display cases, and my wife doesn't try to clean and break anything, so it's always sitting here. I don't have to worry about any of that stuff. So. Well, we're just about pushing a half an hour now, and actually my UPS truck is pulling up as well, so hopefully I got some goodies for today. Hey, thanks guys for watching. This worked out really, really well, and I know I'm like rambling on. I'm just trying to get to as many questions as possible on there. Thank you again, and I will try to post a link somewhere or figure it out that we can do this all the time. If you guys enjoy it, I appreciate it, and I normally say let's get started at the beginning, which I'll have to do, but I want to thank you guys for watching, and please stay tuned. You know we have more videos coming. Thanks, guys.